Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Friday. It's Friday, and I gotta work one more day, then I have Sunday off. So there has been a lot of things happening. Most of it is good, and the good things are that in less than 1 week, I'll be closing on my new home, okay? But it hasn't been without delays and some problems along the way with what my home inspector have discovered. Those things are almost complete. And today, my realtor notified me that the roof builders were there repairing the roof. That's the last thing they have to do. And then I'll be waiting for the information sheet that my insurance agency gave me to provide to my realtor to hand to the builders who are repairing the roof. So before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those people just visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys see something here that resonates with you, maybe something that you experienced in your life in the past, hit that subscribe key and share my video with those that may be going through the same thing, and maybe they can take out some solutions out of my video. I don't know. But anyways, we'll be back with more.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
You'll get tired of my lips. That's how much they wanna kiss you. And love you till my dying day. You're the only one I need, no one else. I tell your friends, I tell your family, I'm gonna let everyone know about my love. So I really hope you love me too. Yeah, 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 I really hope you love me too.
Yeah, so there has been a lot of stuff going on. So anyways, I had started looking for transfers concerning my job in a small town just north of Tampa, about 2 hours away, about 100 miles away. And I basically showed interest in positions in 4 different stores that are similar to mine, okay? Most of you know where I work. But anyway, just before the week was over last week, I started receiving messages that I was not considered for those positions that I had applied for. And to my dismay, I wasn't happy. But I have somewhat of plenty of time to find a possible open position. So I try to keep my head up, because everything is so much in a timely sense, because I'm closing such and such a day, and I want to make sure that just before I close that I can do a job transfer, so when I rest my head on my pillow in bed at night, I go to bed in peace. But that's not the case. As of yet, I have not located a store that I can transfer to. I applied to 4 different stores and I lost about 4 different positions between different stores that I was not considered for a job there. But you have to realize that other people within those stores will also show interest in those positions that are available. And if you really think about it, if a position comes in within my store, I have a better chance of getting it than someone that works in a different store of my company, because I know the people in charge of those positions that are available, okay? And I would get those jobs. And vice versa, the people who showed interest in the jobs that I applied for, they're getting them. They're getting them. So that's why I'm like in limbo. However, I did have another interview yesterday for a store that's only 7 miles away. That's the ideal distance that I like to work. I don't have to drive over an hour to the other stores that I had applied at. Now, the job I interviewed yesterday, this is the first time that I applied for this job, okay? When I paid them a visit about 2 weeks ago, my position that I do now with my store was not available, okay? That position is not up for grabs, okay? So they're not gonna list it. Whoever's doing that job has been doing it for a while, and maybe someday, if they decide to move or relocate or jump ship, or if they get fired, then I'd have a crack at that. So the position that I applied for has more responsibilities, and it's a little bit more money. So when I got through doing that interview, the manager of that department seemed very, very satisfied with my answers to his question concerning business. And he seemed happy. We seemed to click. We seemed to get along. And he seems like a nice guy. So after the interview, he said that he does have more interview to start, and that he will submit my interview score sheet to the store manager, and then I should hear something within a week or two. So I still have hope for that position at that store, which is the closest to my home of any jobs that I have ever had in my life. 7 miles. I've been lucky to work within 10 to 15 miles of my job. I think the furthest job that I had to drive to was over an hour away. And I was younger back then, and I did some carpooling with a couple of people I worked with. But this is by far the closest. So the other thing that happened was last week, in the past few days, I have been submitting applications for different part-time jobs, and possible a full-time job as well. I'm not going to leave any stones unturned. If I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to wait until my company has an opening for me to begin working, okay? My first mortgage is not going to be due until December, okay? Until December. So I got some good time to keep looking and keep searching. But this is what happened. I had several interviews that I did not answer to because they seemed fake. Some of the job searches that I was doing are those that you have to agree to some terms. And those are texting terms or emailing terms or notifications. When you get involved in that job search, you're giving that site permission for them to send you ads. And you get bombarded by emails every day. Those searches are not worth my time. The best searches are those sites that are the actual companies who are hiring. Okay? Not these sites that gives you job opportunities only if you agree to their terms and conditions, which I do not agree and I don't want to do. Those are a waste of time. All that does is waste your time. It bombards you with email, and every time you open one email and one possible job opportunity, that window expands and expands and expands, and you get a lot of junk, a lot of misleading stuff. But anyway, there was a job that I applied to, okay, and that job was for a Kroger company delivery driver. And the recruiter, I had contacted her and I scheduled an appointment and she never called me. I was disappointed because at my lunchtime a couple of days ago, I was hoping that she would call me on the time that we selected, but she never did. So I reached out to Kroger and I sent a message to one of their management teams, and they read my message, and I told them that I was very disappointed that I had scheduled an interview telephone with a job recruiter and I never heard from them. So she said that she was going to reach out to the person who I made this scheduled interview with, and she'll be getting back to me. Sure enough, today she did get back to me. She called me when I was on my way home, and when I got in the house, we spoke, and I asked a lot of the questions. But she's just a recruiter. She wanted to see if I was interested in going forward with an interview in a town about 40 minutes away. 40 minutes away, that's not bad, because the stores of my company that are located outside of my city are over an hour away. Tampa is an hour away. Ocala is an hour away. The only store that's close to me is the 7 Mile store that I just discussed. Now this company, Kroger, they're 40 minutes away. That's not bad. That's doable. Okay? And the other thing was, along the line of questioning, she told me what the salary was, and it's very close to what I'm making now. It's close to what I'm making now. So I'm very grateful and I'm very happy about this, because there's no disparity in pay. There's no big difference. It's only 14 cents. Okay? It's only 14 cents. And it's basically the same pay I'm getting now. So I'm happy about that. And so in the conversation, I agreed to do an interview, and I have an interview with management for Kroger's next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I'm going to leave early and head out to this town where the interview is going to be. And I'm going to give it my best shot. And I'm going to hope that I get this job, because it's going to give me a sense of peace and security, because Kroger is a big company. They're a big company, and I'll be doing their deliveries, which I was thinking about because I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys, but my friend and coworker Madeline called me because I left her a message about the good news, and she wanted to discuss that. But anyway, I was saying Kroger is a big company, and the job that I have to do gives me a sense of freedom because I'll be working by myself. I don't have anybody breathing over my neck. I don't have customers hovering around me, and I'm not put under the microscope. I'll be driving a company vehicle, making deliveries, and I'm pretty much on my own. And I like working on my own. I like being independent. So, the other thing that happened was when I got back, I sort of gave my community office a heads up that I will not be here in a month of November. I'll be gone. I'll be in my new home by then. And I wanted them to put all the costs in a total so I can know how much I need to pay, which adds up together would be the cost for early termination fee and also my 60 days. And then I'm out of here. But before I do check out, I am going to go ahead and tidy up the place. I'm going to look at the walls because I hung some pictures in the walls, and I'm going to paint any scuffs that I did while moving in. And when I move out, I'm sure there will be some scuffs along the stairway. But I want to make sure that all that is taken care of, because if you don't take care of these things, they're going to charge you extra because that's what they do. They're nasty. Yes, they are. Nasty. All they want is a dollar sign. So when all this is said and done, I tie up all the loose ends here on history. And the only time I'll be coming back here is to maybe pick up my mail for the last time at the post office, and anything that might pop up that I'm not expecting to pop up. So anyways, the other thing I also have next Monday, I have an interview with Amazon as well. I got my basket filled, and I'm not leaving any stone unturned. I'm trying every opportunity that comes my way. I haven't had a mortgage in a long time, guys. And like I was saying in my past videos, this is the first time I've owned a home by myself and not being in a relationship. So I'm proud, I'm happy, I'm excited, especially for the job situation. Because if I wait around for my current employer to find an opening for me, that won't happen. It's not in their best interest. Okay, and they usually don't do what's best for their employees' interest. They're always number one. So I gotta watch out for myself. The other bad news I do have, there is no first bad news, by the way, only one bad news. When I went on my walk today, I decided to call my mother to let her know that next week I'll be moving into my new home. I was happy, and I knew she would be happy. However, when I called her, she wasn't doing very good. She wasn't doing very good health-wise. My father has dementia, and he keeps my mother up all night. My mother doesn't sleep. My mother is not in great shape. She fell today, and she let go all over herself, and she was in quite a mess, and the nurse had to go there to clean her up, and an ambulance was on the way. So with all this bad things happening in my parents' life, there's no way I could have shared my good news with them when they're not experiencing good news. So hopefully when she gets better, I'll let her know, and then tomorrow I'll call her back to find out how she is. So right now, she's probably in the hospital. So yeah, I'd like to call my brother, but I can't, you know. As you know, I think that some members of my family were blacklisting me, and some of them are still like that. So they don't call me to inform me of these emergencies with my parents. I only find out when I call. My son doesn't call me, my brothers don't call me. They don't want to have nothing to do with me. So I'm kind of like on my own. But it's just not a good time to share what's happening in my life. As good as it is, it's not fair to discuss that with them if they can't reciprocate because of their health. But anyway, that's it. I'm done here. I'd like to stay in touch with you guys and let you know how things are coming along. But I do have Sunday off, and tomorrow evening, like I'm home from work, I'm going to take apart my bed and rearrange things and get them ready for next week. So anyways, I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon.